Hey, 小伙伴们，大家好 ！Thank you for watching this episode of 1LuSydney. I'm Lu. This episode will be recorded in English because some of my friends and clients says right, like they want to watch my channel, and hardly my channel only has Chinese Mandarin, and it's difficult for them to understand. And I've tried to add a subtitle for my previous video. It's harder than it looks like, really, yeah, because I have to translate the Chinese Mandarin to English subs and then match the timeline to post the subtitle. Actually, it takes longer than just recording English, so I'm gonna record this video in English. And the major topic of this video is gonna be a little bit of back review about the previous video and some fresh story. In the previous episode, I believe we talked about this map. It's a Sydney Master Plan map for 2016. And in this episode, we're gonna bring up something new, something better. This is a Greater Sydney Plan 2018. Okay, let's look into the map. So this is a Greater Sydney Master Plan 2018, and it's a vision of 2056. Yeah, 56 is quite long, but 2018 to 2056, about 30 years, right? 30 to 40 years. For long-term investment, it's not that long. But what we're trying to do here is to find the information that's from the government planning to help us to find when and where to put down our next investment. See? So this is Greater Sydney. And here we got a Sydney CBD, Harbour CBD, right? Right here. And to the east of it is Pacific Ocean. To the north of it, it's Coolangatta National Park, Blue Mountain on the west, and the Royal National Park on the south. And here is a military base. It's undevelopable. So what we have is this white area. The white-colored background area are the only land that's developable in Greater Sydney. For the past 30 years, almost every inch of the land that's around 30-kilometer radius from the Sydney Harbour CBD was occupied by either by house or apartment, or mow down the house and build apartment on top of it. Okay, after the geography lessons, we're gonna talk about the future planning for the Sydney areas. So what is the direction of future Sydney planning? Because Australia is a house-based living environment. Like living in a house is an Australian culture. Most of the Australians, when they start a family, when they have kids, they'll start to move into a house. A big or small, then you gotta have a house. But it's like we said in the previous, almost every inch of the land within a 30-kilometer radius away from the CBD are occupied. So the government was putting a lot of efforts developing new lands in the northwest and southwest areas. Currently, we have the new northwest and the new southwest areas, so we're gonna call this a new northwest area and the old northwest area, new southwest and new old southwest areas. But back then, it wasn't. Well, we'll save this for the next video. So back then, we only have this northwest and southwest, right? And because it's quite far away from the Harbour CBD, so the government, Sydney government, start to developing a secondary CBD for this northwest and southwest areas, and that was Greater Parramatta. But because we have these population structures, job types, etc., it took a really long time to develop it. But luckily, the Parramatta catches the last wave of the real estate market booming. So you can see Parramatta been growing bigger and better for the past few years. Just in case we forget, this video is made for investment. Alright, so let's talk about the price of the land. The price of the property is not completely depends on the distance that's between you and the CBD areas. Alright, because price of the land are very close bonded with the population structures in that region. And the population structures including incomes, job types, religions, and background, and etc., etc. And the population structures decided the public security, price of the land, future development potential. The lines you can see on the map, blue means transport, and this red dot means strategic points for the development. And this one is already slightly different than the previous one I'm used for 2016 and 2006. You can see this they highlight Kagura, and they removed the Rockdale right here. They used to have a Rockdale here. Right, and they highlighted St. Leonard, highlight Rose, highlight Bankstown, and we have this Hurstville, Campsie, and Burwood, right, in a small dot and a highlight dots. And the yellow lines, the yellow areas we can see is called the global economy corridor. So almost every international business in Australia are located in this yellow zone, the yellow colored regions. For example, in Harbour CBD, we have 500K of jobs. In this North Sydney, we have 200 to 300K of jobs. And there, this global economy corridor. It's from the Harbour CBD to the north, Macquarie Park. And on the way there, we have this St. Leonard and Chatswood. St. Leonard, for example, most of the job types in St. Leonard's are IT company, like a MasterCard. And in Chatswood, it's the most expensive apartment in Sydney area. One of the most, right? It has 4 major shopping markets. In Macquarie Park is Australia's Silicon Valley. All the technology company, all the like Japanese and the medical development, the biological development, and most of this, it's about 100K high-tech involved job types located in Macquarie Park. And then Epping, living area, boom, boom, Castle Hill. Castle Hill is one of the earliest northwest area development. Right now, Castle Hill have metro, have very good schools, have an extended shopping center. Yep, the Castle Hill have an extended shopping center that's the biggest in New South Wales. How big was it? It costing $10 billion to build, 200,000 square meter. Right, it's currently 130,000 square meter right now. But after the expanded, it's going to be the biggest in New South Wales and the second biggest in Australia. That Castle Hill. In the further down, we have Rose Hill. Rose Hill Shopping Center has 70K square meters, and it's going to be expanding to 120 to 130K square meters. And it is the top 10 economic shopping center in Asian Pacific areas. The entire shopping center have no air conditioning, all use natural lights and natural powering. From this northwest line, the metro line, and why we have this northwest metro lines, you may ask, because you can see all the job types in this line are highly similar. All right, it's like a white-collared job types, and that's you work in this area, and after work you travel to this area to live. So you can see you got a shopping center living areas, and big living areas in Chatswood, and IT center, Silicon Valley, IT center, international corridor, all the white colors job types, and connected by this metro. For the second part of the yellow area, it's the Parramatta area. You see, Parramatta area is becoming the second CBD of Greater Sydney. Was planted 30 years ago, but we solved a lot of puzzles. During these 30 years, and now it have to be up and running because the northwest area and southwest area are nearly completely developed. And you can see all the state government have moved the headquarters into Parramatta. If you walk on the Parramatta street, you can see all the Sky Hills have the sign on the wall says the departments of New South Wales and blah blah blah, right? So all the headquarters of the state governments and the population, the people, the locals live around Parramatta. I kind of like it because it's easy on transports, because they have very good markets, and a very good potential on developing. And even the Westfield, they're gonna planning to build an apartment on top of it, and develop a Westfield, right? Just think about it. The Westfield was right next to the train station. Oh, by the way, I have an opportunity to have 2 bedrooms for only 480k. Right next, about 100 meters next to the Westfield. Right, just across the road is the Westfield, and across the Westfield is the train station. For a 2-bedroom apartment, only costs 480. Good city views. Right, you can even see this Sydney Tower from a certain angle. Okay, but that's another topic. Right, I don't really want to involve in a lot of advancement details in this channel, but at least not for now. Let's go back to our geography lesson. Okay, between Parramatta and the CBD, in the middle, there's a roads and Olympic Park. Olympic Park and the roads. Roads by itself have 20,000 of jobs. And you got shopping center, you got trains. HP headquarters are there, the Citibank, some department of Citibanks, and the BPay. You know, you used to pay your bills, the BPay are there. And about the Olympic Park is going to double the jobs like the Macquarie Park. But it's unlike the Macquarie Park, it's gonna absorb the good experience came from the Macquarie Parks and put into Olympic Park to use. Oh look, we already made 11 minutes of videos. I don't want to drag this one for too long, it's like spending 2 hours in the classroom of a college. Alright, so in the next episode, we're going to keep talking about this Sydney region. Especially we're gonna focus on the new northwest areas, southwest areas, and the rest of the Sydney area. We're gonna continue to explore the structures, the local details, and the options for the Sydney investment. Please give me a subscribe if you wanna, get a notice on my next video, and please sum up if you like the video, and I really appreciate it. And thank you again for watching 1路Sydney. This is Lu. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.